So if you're the type of person who has no idea which niche to jump into, so whether this is for your coaching practice, whether this is for your community, the book you want to write, the online course that you want to start to sell, recognizing that, you know what, I have to figure this out is going to be really important. And this is not one of those videos where we're going to discuss about, I have these 5 decisions. I don't know which decision to pick, but this is like, I am totally clueless. I have no idea where to start. So this is how we're going to break it down. And the first place you always want to look at is your past experience, meaning what is it that you have done in the past that can now look to see what you can start doing more in the future. And what's interesting about this is that for so many of us, we don't realize that the things we have done, there are people behind us in this alleyway or the staircase of just kind of constant infinity going up that haven't done the thing. And what we have to realize is that those people behind us want to know what is it we are doing right now. They wish they had the information that we had right now. So whether that's somebody who just bought their first house in real estate, so you're really just a beginner, but guess what? You have bought more houses than most people in the world who might have not have bought any houses. Or somebody who ran their first ads. You have now more experience than somebody who never ran ads before. And what we have to realize is that our experience can really help guide us in terms of what it is we want to be doing. So ask yourself, what jobs have you had in the past? What things are you good at that maybe you can start to monetize? And if we can start to recognize that and start to figure out, hey, I'm good at XYZ. I know how to play the guitar, or I know how to play the piano, or I'm really good at soccer, or whatever it might be, you can then start to look at those experiences and seeing how you can monetize them. And the better you are at the thing, then the more expertise you probably have, and you probably have more experience doing that thing. And then you can really start to share people with others what it is that you want to be doing with those. And that can be something that can be so powerful. And we speak about this in the community, how we actually break up and how we could formulate it. Right? There's a woman I was speaking to who really wants to work with middle school kids and really help them on certain parts of their own personal life. And she ended up getting more clarity in terms of what is she wanted to be doing. And then she went over to a local school in her community and she asked them, like, hey, do you mind if I come in and I teach them once a week about X, Y, and Z? And they were like thrilled to do it. And guess what? Now she's building out her program to be able to work on those specific things. So recognizing that you might have a specific skill in your head or experience, and all you got to do is just be able to formulate it. How it is that we can start to work on ourselves to be able to get those things out, to be able to start to teach other people. And if you're still saying, you know what, Bennett, I'm really not good at anything, I don't have any experience. Well, guess what? We had to start asking other people about you. Meaning, go to somebody who knows you pretty well. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, somebody who knows you very well. And I would say go to 3 people and ask them, what am I good at? Like, what do you think I'm good at? Like, what do you think I'm known for? And I think that's something that can be powerful because on the one hand, maybe it's an experience, but on the other hand, maybe it's you're just really good at empathizing or listening to other people, where that's like a skill you were born with and other people are just terrible at it. Maybe you're just a really nice person, or maybe for some reason you're really good at some video game that like you didn't even realize like that's a skill. And understanding that can be something that can be so powerful because sometimes we can't see it, but if we can ask other people to reflect that on us, that could be something that could be so beneficial when it comes to what skills we really do have. And if we can start to ask other people, then we're going to start to get to recognize, hey, you know what is really going on over here? And the next question we need to really try to figure out when it comes to this stuff, is it really not unknown or are we just being indecisive? And what I mean by that is like sometimes we say we don't know, we don't know, we don't know. And other times we do know, we just say we don't know. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there was a time in my life where somebody would ask me a question, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was like, I don't know. Like, where do you want to go for dinner? I don't know. But it's like, if you'd actually ask me, I'd be like, let's go out to Chinese tonight, or let's go out to pizza. And what's interesting is that for so many of us, we say those words, I don't know, but we really do know. We're just so used to saying it for whatever reason. Maybe it's something that you went through when you were younger. Maybe it's you were never ever asked your opinion. So you were always supposed to like never know, right? Or maybe you were asked your opinion one time and somebody shut you down. So therefore now you're never going to say your opinion again. So all these things can be really powerful when it comes to the work that we're trying to do, but recognizing that if is it really the unknown or is it in the indecisiveness? Because as Jim Rohn likes to say, indecision is the thief of opportunity. And how many times did we lose out on something because we weren't able to make a specific decision? And a great way to understand whether it's something that's unknown or whether it's indecision or whatever it might be is to ask yourself this question. So get out a piece of paper, get out a pen, get out your phone, get out your notes. I'm trying to stall for you to be able to get this stuff out. And I want you to write the answer to this question. So you're uncertain about your community, your coaching, whatever it might be. If you had to know, what would your niche be? If you had to know, what would your niche be? And give me an answer. And you're going to say, Ben, I just told you I don't know. And guess what? You do know. If you had to know, I'm not saying you do know, but I'm saying if you had to know, what would your niche be? And I guarantee you, if you think about that for a little bit, you'll have an answer. It might be scary to say. There might be some fears around it. And, maybe it feels uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean it's not there. I believe you have it. You know it. You know what it should be. And you might be saying, but maybe it's between really these two things. I'm not sure. But guess what? That's where we have to go test things out. How are you supposed to know if you're going to like it if you've never done it before? How are you supposed to know you're going to like working with teens, or you're going to like working with, business people or people in the personal development world if you've never done it before? And therefore, that's why we test things out, not just to see if it's a good market fit, but see if you even like it, if you enjoy it. And guess what? After you test things out, you're going to realize that. And that's what happened to me on my own coaching journey. In the beginning, I started working with young adults, and then I started working with business people, and then I started working on my performance, and then I started working on a lot of mindset. Like, it was like this massive circle. Went back to young adults and teens, whatever. It was like a whole thing. But there was, on the one hand, it could be very frustrating because you're like, oh man, I wish I knew. I keep flip flopping. On the other hand, it's like, I'm learning right now. I'm learning about myself. What did I like about this group of people I worked with? How could I put that to the next one and the next one and the next one? And that could be something that could be really powerful. But understanding that it's a journey, we're constantly looking to be learning and test things out. That could be something that could be so powerful. And realize that's not the end all be all. Meaning, once you make a decision, doesn't mean like it's final, you're done, and like that's it. Like, you have the ability to be able to move forward. You have the ability to make a decision now and then get to the next place where you can then make another decision and another decision and another decision. And it's something I speak about in my book, because for so many of us, we make a decision thinking that it's like the end of our life. It's like, this is the decision that's going to change everything. But we don't realize that every decision we make, we're stepping into another room. And that room has a bunch of other doors in it that we have to then decide which door we're going to go through. And we might be in that room for a week. We might be in that room for 10 years, whatever it might be. But there's going to be decisions throughout our lives that we're going to be needing to make. Take the pressure off yourself. Get a little bit curious about who you are, what is it you're doing, and that can be something that can be helpful. If you have any questions about this type of stuff, make sure to join our community where we speak about this. We support you about this. You're not alone with this. And we love to be able to help you get and figure out for free what it is that you're looking to do in your own specific journey. We'll see you on the other side.